And just like that, the show has started. I know we're running a little late. Sorry to everybody who's watching. We're talking about different things. Anyway, welcome to Loud and Nerdy on a Tuesday night in late August. There we go. It's all over the place. Wherever episode 31 is here for your viewing pleasure. Good evening, Joe Ridgely.
What's up, Joe?
I just realized I don't have to reach for it at all times.
Ken?
Good evening, Ken. Kyle's in charge of the comments, and we got some good feedback. No, I think it's great. We got some good feedback last week on how well the show went with Kyle doing comments, and Jerry's in 3D tonight. Jerry's in 3D every night.
I got my 1982 Burger Kings on.
Hey boys. Hey Raven. You know what else they gave out really cool 3D? There was like a national television premiere of Hondo, the John Wayne movie.
This was from Revenge of the Creature.
Nice. Okay. I of course I'm wearing my way too early shirt for next summer. But I saw it online and I was like, I want it. I want that logo. I like the new Superman logo. Hi boys, love you. Hi Missy. And now we got a bunch of people just commenting.
Wait, let me get my
love you too, Miss.
Let me get my Times Tribune ones on now. Scranton Times Tribune here. These are from the 80s.
Everything is. I have my new Superman logo T-shirt.
Or wait.
So like this is the oh.
I got my Captain Crunch ones too from the cereal box.
There you go. You're on fire. You are their face finders.
The Burger King ones are the best though.
First thing we do want to talk about tonight, and it's something that's kind of cool. And it's something when Joe gets to, when Joe is like a major thing where, he gets mentioned or something. So if you know who Steve Barton is, Uncle Creepy, he has a book coming out in December, right? He's one of those digging the Kingdom Come style new logo shirt, JW, thin and out, brother. Actually, it's not the Kingdom Come logo style. This is official DC Superman next summer. This is the S that will be on his chest.
It's in 3D
next summer. But don't put in any comments yet. Let's get this out. Let's do this. Comedy of Tragedies is a book that's coming out. It's coming out December 10th. They're doing pre-orders on it now. And if you look at the blurb, a fascinating read from an amazing storyteller, Comedy of Tragedies is a triumph of the heart and soul. Steve Barton is one of those original, he wrote, on many websites. He started blogs. He was an original horror fan. He did all kinds of things in this business. He eventually has now started producing, and he's part of the Terrifier franchise. So he has a lot of stories that he's going to tell. And Joe is part of the blurb on this book, which is super cool. And we want to celebrate first the book coming out, and we also want to celebrate the idea that Joe is mentioned so prominently on it. Or I don't know if it's a blurb or whatever it is, but you can get this book at December 10th. The link for pre-order is right there. And it's thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you. The 3D glasses roll. The shirts are cool too. This is a good thing. This is a big thing. This is a big book coming out, and it's
the guy on the book cover just feels like Jerry's turned around.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, it's even in his.
Not like I can't see it. It's in 3D for me.
What I would say is, this guy is one of the guys that helped usher in, horror movie websites, talking about websites, talking about horror films, and is now producing horror films. He's part of the Terrifier franchise. So we wish him the best of luck in his book endeavors. And, the idea that Joe got to read a little bit early and basically gets, a little blurb, whether it's going to be on the jacket or wherever, that's still our Joe Ridgely. And thank you, Joe. Not just thank you, but thank you. So I just wanted to make sure we shout that guy out tonight.
Nice.
We wish him the best of luck. He's written for so many blogs, movie websites and everything. he has stories to tell, and that's why it's going to be a cool book. Um, anything happened in the movies this weekend? Oh yeah, we had another record-breaking weekend at the box office because uh, summer of 2024 is apparently going to say, "Fuck you, people. Fuck you all." Um, who said we're going to be bad? This movie is running roughshod all over the box office. Um, Alien Romulus, $42 million opening weekend. Um, Not the number one opening of all time for an Alien movie, but it was good enough to knock Deadpool and Wolverine out of the first, which only grossed 30 million, only down 44% from last week. Chugging along now at 546 million domestic, and also setting a very high number for R-rated movies going forward. Um, there's a big chap, with the baring his teeth, and then this is David Johnson as Andy. Um, Kaylee Spenny and Andy are amazing in the movie. The characters. Um, I love this movie so much. I said it before. I will say it again. It is the third best Alien movie of all time. I think it only falls behind, and I have a little bit different ranking. So I have Aliens first, Aliens second, and I have Alien Romulus third. And then you can go, I don't know, Prometheus, Covenant, Resurrection, 3.
Three.
3 is dead fucking last for me. Just because I don't think it did any of the things that it needed to do. But big other numbers this weekend ends with us continued chugging along. 23 million there, only off 52%. So that movie is already at $97 million. Nobody thought that movie was going to do that well. Twister's got another 10 million in the till, up to 238. So good on Kyle for saying that was going to be one of the big movies of the summer. It is. As we chug along to the end of the summer, I can't get enough Alien Romulus. I think I'm going to go see it again before it leaves theaters, just because I dig it, I get it, I like it. I just it has questions, but then it answers more questions. And then we did talk a little bit about the spoilers last night on Generation Movie, so I don't. If you guys want to talk about them, we can. There is some CGI that's questionable, but I don't think it's all that questionable, mainly because the CGI in question has been overtly and over the top enforced by the estate of the CGI persona. So that's the best way I can say it, spoiler free. So basically, the family of an actor wholeheartedly said yes to putting him into this movie, and it works. I also will not talk about the ending of the movie, just that there are, of course, loose plot threads, and we are, of course, 20 years away from Aliens in the timeline. So it ends in a good space. It is more of a traditional, it's more in the vein of Alien, creepy.
Do.
What was that?
You do.
Joe. Yes, you
Joe.
do.
Joe with 2 stellar comments back to back. That was the second one right there with the 3D glasses. I'll wait for you to get done chugging, JW.
What was the first one?
You can read the first one there.
Kyle with the power, loving it. You know what? I'm okay.
Everyone gets a voice.
I'm okay in my podcast power dynamic to be able to go, hey, yeah, let him control the comments. I keep on forgetting that the comments that I see up here on my screen, it says 11, but Kyle's already hit them. So, but it's still, hey Joe, isn't my husband sexy when he has power? No.
You know what's funny? You mentioned Twisters before. I was leafing through my laser discs. I didn't realize that I had Twister on Laserdisc.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting because Twister's one of the
and I have Batman too. 1989 Batman.
That is probably worth something, my friend. What I would say about Twister, the interesting thing is when it came out on DVD, it was one of the first DVDs out that year when DVDs hit, right? And the Twister DVD was bad. Like it was a bad DVD because there wasn't enough frame rate to keep up with the movie. So if you bought Twister in when it came out, right, it was just one of those bad DVD conversions that was just like, yeesh. Kyle with the whitest nerdiest hat ever. Yeah. Well, he's also wearing like the Punisher outfit, so I don't know what he's going for tonight.
You
Like,
should see it in 3D.
yes, in 3D it's even better. Oh my god. Ooh.
Well,
The
it's
best
already
part of
red
it,
and blue,
Kyle,
so
would
this
you,
doesn't make
Jerry,
too much.
would you agree with me? Please, God's no. Would you agree with me, Jerry, that the best part of any 3D movie is when they go out of their way to show you that it's a 3D movie?
Yes.
Like they bring like a yo-yo out or a
yeah,
paddle ball.
the dude with the cue stick, the pool
Yeah.
stick.
I love the Muppets 3D in Hollywood Studios.
Yes, that's good stuff. That's what I'm
Friday
saying.
the
That is the
13th, part
best.
3.
Part
You
3 and
sit
3D.
I have that
down,
over here on
air
DVD. But it came with
conditioned.
glasses
It's great.
too.
And Kyle's wearing that hat and honor Gina. Okay, we used Twister Test Surround Sound back in the day. Yeah, I mean the DVD though was one of those DVDs where it didn't the frame rate wasn't right.
But the laser disc.
Probably great because there's enough. Like that's the one thing that the funny
flip it
little
over.
secret from film world. Dude, there's a lot of talk right now taking out the Muppet Show at Disney and everyone's having a fit online. It's definitely happening. All of they're taking out a lot of stuff at Disney actually. There's a lot, like a couple things have started to happen down here where in answering just Deadpool in 3D only worth it for the fight scenes. Fair.
Jerry's not in 3D no more.
Disney-
He's in OD.
He's a no D. Look nice. Where's Batman? Did you get Batman? Oh, look at that. It's upside down. No, save him up at 3D. I don't need a monster. Oh, that's nice.
That's cool, right?
Ever dance with the devil in a pale moonlight?
I don't know.
But Jerry will know. Jerry will know this because he's collected
area.
everything. Jerry will know this. Laserdisc was the superior format, right? There was so much on those laser discs, like
Oh
so
yeah.
much that the format. It was the
You can
superior
even take an
format.
intermission when you have to take a leak. It stops, then you have to flip it over.
But yeah, you can't take them up 3D. It's like a whole icon. They can, and they're going to because they're in a race against time to stop Universal. Universal is building the Disney Killer Park, so for many years the dirty little secret down in Florida has been that Universal is a 3 or 4 day park, right? Then that you can get almost everything done in like 1 or 2 days or 3 days. But they are making, this thing that's happening down here, Epic Universe, is just going to be massive. Like,
Is it going to be epic?
Kyle with the power is not the best thing. What's interesting is it's 5 different areas. It's Nintendo World. It's Dark Universe, which is Universal movie monsters. It's How to Train Your Dragon. It's what are the other ones? Nintendo. There's the Celestial Park. They're building an entirely massive thing, and what they're doing is they're saying you can't go to this park. JW, I'm literally so excited about Epic. You have no idea. I can't wait to walk master Epic game. Here's where it gets interesting, Missy. You can't do it if you're an annual pass holder thus far. They have not made any overtures about adding anything to the annual pass holder. And the only way you can get into Epic thus far is by booking rooms at Universal for more than 3 days, and you only get 1 day at Epic. So it's going to be messy. But it is being called that, and basically what they're trying to do is if you stay a week at Universal Parks, you can get 2 days at Epic. So they're trying to, they're basically trying to Disney kill. And so Disney is taking a look at things that are obsolete or things that are not as popular as they used to be. And everything is on the chopping block. Everything. I've done nothing but watch Epic Information. I knew what this Dark Ride is about. Somebody needs to tell me there's a drop in the Dark Ride. Which one are you talking about? The Epic Universe, the Dark Universe one? Are you talking about the Lady Frankenstein one?
I think the Lady Frankenstein one.
Yeah, that one. Look, I don't think it's. I think it's a simulation like Ratatouille.
I think it's smart for them to limit it in the first year or two and do that. Maximize their buck to get their investment back. I mean,
it's going to be popular no matter what. The Nintendo world.
We were able to do Universal Nights in one night. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's but Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know if they're expanding or what they're doing there, but yeah, usually Halloween Horror Nights is only in Universal studio side. But the other thing they've been doing is one of the things that's going on at the park right now. I know you guys haven't been down in a while. They're actually starting to use their IP, right? There is a parade that happens every day at 6:00 in Universal Studios that is just giant floats of famous movies with actors on it acting out scenes. So there's like a Ghostbusters float, even though it's not Universal. They're very much in bed with the IP, because even Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is coming back to Halloween Horror Nights. Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Jaws, Jurassic Park. Super cool. I'm trying to talk to Kyle, but what I have to do, Pam, so I can go to Horror Nights this year. Yeah, Horror Nights is going to be fun. Although I'm going to be on it. It looked like a down year for IP stuff. There's only two
that's it.
Ghostbusters and Quiet Place are the two IP. Everything else is almost. Everything else is almost all original stuff, and new houses and things. And there's no real there's no icon yet. They haven't announced.
Tits and ass.
Right, but they also haven't announced if like Jack is coming back or somebody's coming back, like one of the horror icons that usually host the event. Usually we have a host every year, and there hasn't been any announcement of a host. There's going to be all those fuckers screaming. Fair. But I think they can recreate the movie pretty well. They can at least recreate like a subway, or you know what I mean. Like they can do a pretty good job with those houses.
I don't want to eat a sandwich in the middle of the movie. I get product placement and everything, but even during Horror Nights,
I don't eat at Subway. I'm a big believer in that report that came out that like there were. Did you ever hear the report that like Subway tuna wasn't tuna?
Chicken of the sea.
Chicken of the sea or something.
I wanted to get a shirt that said Chicken of the Sea with dolphins on it.
Yeah.
That's the chicken of the sea.
But, I think another interesting thing about the box office, we get Alien Romulus doing well, right? It all goes back to that concept we had that once moviegoers start going back to the movies, it's a learned response. It's something that has to be fed. And if you don't have any product or you don't have whatever, it doesn't work. But if you do have product, you have everybody going to the movies, all the time and every week something new, and every week something new does pretty well. Alien was a little bit above expectations. They were expecting it about 30. Chicken of the sea, Jerry Kamora. Chicken of the sea. What you got? You guys didn't probably see, did you either one of you see it yet? No. Okay. Fair. What else? The other major nerd news that broke yesterday was that The Acolyte has been canceled after one season. I don't know the algorithm, Kyle.
Like that seems like the biggest.
Man.
That seems like the biggest misstep.
I think it's I don't know. There was a lot of complaints online about it from a very vocal minority, and then people, maybe stopped watching it or didn't watch it at all. And it started out really high, but then it went down. And, I don't know if it's the fan base that's causing these things to happen, or if it's we will be talking X-Men '97 controversy. We can talk about that as well.
Why
I
does
didn't
it
hear about
seem like
this.
a lot of shows, like, I don't know, in the last 10 years, they don't last like they used to?
Well, because they're
I mean,
disposable, Jerry. They're
it's
like,
almost like that's why I don't watch a lot of shows, because I don't want to get invested in something that's
well,
going to be done
okay.
halfway through
I
a
can
season.
tell you what it is. You want to know what it is? It's streaming. The problem is streaming. It's great that we can stream all these shows, but shows that lasted for us in the past were shows that we had to make an appointment to watch. I'm going to be somewhere on a Sunday night watching something on HBO, or I'm going to be somewhere on a Sunday
True.
night watching Breaking Bad, or I'm going to be somewhere on a Sunday night watching something, right? And I have no idea what that is. Or is that too hot or yes?
Do you want clarification on that? Because I think I can get you clarification
That's
on
supposed
that.
to be 4.
I
It's
I think is she saying the controversy about X-Men '97 is that too hot?
Yeah, 'cause I think I can get you clarification on that.
Okay, what clarification do you want to give?
About the X-Men '97 controversy.
Raven Hanshow's there.
She is here.
Hi, Raven. How are you?
Hi, all.
What's up?
You're you're drinking.
Wait, hold on. Missy,
No, I'm good.
your man needs one.
I'm good.
I need one.
Raven,
work in the morning.
it's good to see
Bring
you.
one
And,
here too.
and we're glad that
Whatever you
you're
want,
here.
Jerry.
What controversy would you like to discuss? I will open the floor to you.
Build a mail.
Build a
What was
bear?
it?
Is that like Build a Bear?
So we have now found out why the creator or main creator of X-Men '97 has been kicked off the show.
Yes.
And it sounds like he's went up the Bryan Singer route.
Yes, although he is denying all of it, right? He is denying
Yes,
it.
but there also seems to be a history of it from The Witcher. He got thrown off Netflix The Witcher for doing it.
He's made several
And he was thrown off the Blade
transgressions.
reboot that the first time it was
Yeah,
starting to be talked about for the
There
same
have been several sexual transgressions and things that he shouldn't have been doing. So yeah, he's definitely
Listen, nobody ever said that trauma doesn't bring really good creative.
no, but you can't abuse people. And Disney, one thing that's happened with Disney with their fight with the right wing
That's his X-Men.
is that Disney has to immediately go to the chop. It can't wait on anything anymore.
It does seem a little bit weird that they were okay with inviting him to D23.
Yeah,
They invited him. He was there.
yeah,
And
and
then-
then it all went
Next
it all
week,
went
posted
it all went
about not being
bad.
happy, wasn't invited to the Emmys or Grammys. No,
Yeah.
Emmys.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, as
Allegedly,
Mr.
he did all this.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly.
Well, like I said, I think Disney, Kyle was down here in Florida. Kyle understands how crazy it is down here. Disney cannot take any chances with anything anymore. Like there can never be a question of like, hey, we don't know what the answer is on this. Gone,
No.
right out the door. Look what happened with Jonathan Majors, right? Who was convicted. That's not alleged, so we can say that out loud. But they changed the whole franchise because they had to fix.
It does seem weird that Disney still wanted him to talk and tweet, and had literally wrote a contract out that allowed him to talk about it on X or Twitter or whatever.
Because I don't think they wanted the smoke. I think they were trying.
Instead, it kind of led as he was getting in trouble for fan art, and as an artist, I had a problem with that. until I
Yeah.
found out, hey, he was sending naked pictures of himself to.
Oh, wait a minute. Only
That's
Kyle was down
probably
there?
his X-Man power. He was just trying to use it, I guess.
Missy, I wasn't saying
Triple
only Kyle
X-Man
was down there.
power.
Jesus Christ.
Something.
Just
And
be happy I
Jesus-
finally got him to acknowledge that I'm on the show.
I don't want to hear that you're being acknowledged that you're on the show. You're now a full-time co-host with
Yeah,
editing
you should see all
powers.
the little like editing powers and stuff from here. He really does
You
have
get
the
to
power.
click buttons. I still have to type comments.
Look, Jerry, let's be honest. I've given you the easiest job. You show up and you
Oh,
watch
I'm
us try
fine.
to refill the clown car on a regular
I'm
basis.
so happy I'm talking about X-Men and not Doctor Who, people.
That was a great theme song. Doctor Who. I used to like
X
that.
gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. Oh, Jesus Christ! Now we
Ooh.
have earworm.
I got a good controversial. Oh, you don't think she hasn't opened a second bottle?
X-Men.
I bought it. You know the rules go out of the table when I visit.
Okay, so
Love when I visit my bestie.
are you having a good time?
This is our second bottle.
It's obvious.
We
Oh, I got a hot take.
What's your hot take? Come on, Raven. It's Ravens.
I
It's Ravens
hate
night out
Channing
loud night.
Tatum's Gambit with a passion.
You hate
I didn't
Channing
want
Tatum.
him to be Gambit before, and this movie has served me to sit there and say, I don't want to see him in Endgame. I hated it. You heard me, Missy. I hated it.
Not Endgame. It would be Secret Wars. I love this game. I thought his Gambit was great.
Again, second bottle. If I said
I
Endgame and not
think
Secret Wars, sorry.
I think he's a little too thick for the part.
Well, no, I thought what they were gonna do. I thought what they
That
should have
accident
done.
was so bad.
Can you imagine if they had like if Deadpool stopped the movie and was like, I can't understand a fucking thing you're saying.
I would have
Closed
loved that.
captioning. Closed
I would
captioning.
love that.
Let's go. Closed captioning. Speak. You know, and then like all the words appear on the screen.
You're right. You wouldn't fill it
Not
up
on the
before it
second
went
bottle. Only Missy is. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've.
Maybe if I put these on, I'll have one in my room too.
whenever you want, honey.
Ooh.
Yes. Two-fisted.
It's the purple rose of Cairo. Except it's the purple rosé of Cairo.
Holy
Oh,
pile.
okay. Well,
Wow.
She just saw the Funko collection.
yeah. She's
If they were bottles of wine, she would have saw them real quick. Yeah.
my goodness. My goodness.
It's really impressive because she's seeing double from the second bottle.
Look, this is my Chardonnay Funko.
Hey, I bought him tarot cards and I never saw them come on this show.
You weren't there the week I had them. The Monsters Universe tarot cards that I showed off to you guys.
You definitely
I got a
definitely
Ouija
should.
board here if you want to try that somewhere.
No, I
You
don't.
weren't here that week.
I do not want to try that at all.
I was super late last night to the Generation movie.
I wanted my kids to try it and flick the breaker on and off, but for the lights.
That is a horrible thing to do to somebody.
No, it's fantastic. At this house, it would be great.
What an episode. That is true. It's been
Okay. Before my friend drinks the whole bottle and I get none of it. It was nice seeing you guys. I'm enjoying the
Have fun.
show. Kyle will bring you up a drink.
bye,
I'm good.
Raven.
I don't need no more. I got work tomorrow.
Okay, so all the problems
We'll
is
see you in the comments in like 30 seconds.
look at a side gamut goes one way, he goes the other. You talking about the hair? I can't believe I don't like Gambit. I can't like. I don't know. I thought it was really good. I don't know. I anyway. How do we get this back on track?
Gambit supposed to me should be more lanky, not as built as
Well,
Tatum
yeah,
is.
I think Tatum is a little bit older now too. So there's a whole. You know, you boys both know as you get older, it is hard to lose the girth. So maybe that's part of what it was.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I think this leads us into 2 weeks ago. We were really supposed to talk spoilers on the Wolverine Deadpool movie.
We
but
were.
But it got derailed completely by someone that we don't believe even saw the movie.
That's possible. Well, I think he saw the movie. I don't. But you want to talk Deadpool and we're fine. We can talk Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, we're far enough out now.
We're far enough out. I think Johnny Storm is one of the best ones. I think Blade is one of the best ones. I mean, just that they were willing to bring up the sheer volume of trouble from Blade was amazing. Just that, and what I was trying to explain the night the movie opened, and we couldn't talk about.
I knew it was going to be 30 seconds.
I cannot. No, she liked him. I hate him. Okay. I hates him. That's 2 bottles of wine in, baby.
I hate him with a passion.
I hates him. I hates him.
Great, we're now a drinking game.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I have my Ovaltine decoder ring. Don't worry.
That's cool. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. It's a racket.
They had me on it being Cap up until he started cursing, and I'm like, no.
I wouldn't be Cap. Well, and I think like I said, Blade was the best one for me because if you go back and you look at how bad and tumultuous the Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes relationship was on Blade Trinity, it was awful.
Oh, shit. Is Daredevil here?
No, we don't need him. We're good.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Garner is. That's a big story today as well on the 2-year anniversary of their wedding. J-Lo and Ben are headed for divorce, so no Daredevil, no J-Lo. 25 seconds.
Close.
Okay, you're good. You're fine. You're fine, Ravy.
You won the prices right.
I'm listening to Chunky Alabama. Yeah, but you got 211 on. You were 211. You were perfect. Don't let anybody tell you didn't get it completely right. It was the best call. I want an Ovaltine ring.
An impossible guess.
Ravens in a fun plat. It was a great guess.
Joe, we need loud and nerdy decoder rings.
We got to get them made up with the logo, the indie
logo.
A
merch point here.
So when you punch somebody in the forehead, the Indie Escape logo is there.
It appears. It's just there. Little Orphan Annie agrees about the ring. Jesus.
He does.
He keeps on trying to put over ring as in birth control. What the hell? Laughing out loud. Not gonna.
Gotta be the plot text.
The context.
So
Anyway,
was Deadpool and Wolverine to you an ode to them saying we're going to pull back from the multiverse?
I think I don't think they're going to pull back from it. But remember, we are ending this particular saga, right? The multiverse saga will end with, Doomsday and Secret Wars. Because what I think is going to happen in Secret Wars is everybody that makes it will go on to the new MCU, and everybody that doesn't, it will be over.
My favorite line was still, "No one's done the multiverse correct since the Wizard of Oz." And that was the spoiler I almost gave away on the show by accident. When we weren't
it was a great
to.
line. Like I said, the movie has a lot of great lines. Like, I also think the Calverine is probably one of the greatest. Like,
it is.
Just because he looked so good. Like, he looked as jacked as anybody would want him to be if he was playing Wolverine.
Or the mini Wolverine.
The mini Wolverine was great too. That was fantastic. Oh, look at you! You're a comic book accurate.
And then the one where you just hear the Hulk in the background.
Well, no, the one where he's like, no, what he says is he walks into the frame and he's like, oh, this is a Wolverine with the brown and yellow outfit. That's when Loud Nerdy doesn't know what birth control is. I know what birth control is. I'm fairly confident. Because when you need the side commentary, you happen to.
It's a Dungeons and Dragons book on a Saturday night.
That's exactly right. Perfect. You two don't know what birth control is. You've got kiddos. I don't. I'm good.
I never took a DNA test.
It can't be proven. This show.
We might look alike sometimes.
All the good ways.
The light's right, but
the show has gone off the rails in all the proper ways this evening. But yeah, I think they're getting away from multiverse anyway, because I think they don't need a multiverse as much if you have Fantastic Four and X-Men, right? Because you can have, like, theoretically, we can get 3 or 4 movies out of each of them, including maybe an X-Men Avengers movie, right? I don't want anybody else playing Wolverine. No, that's not nice, but I don't. It's gonna happen. It's okay if it happens. You know what I mean? He can't play Wolverine forever. Just like you can't have Bond.
He's 90.
It's a great joke, but it's not something that Jackman. I think if he had the right script, Jackman would come back in a heartbeat. Because I think one of the things that we didn't get to talk about with Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine is you can tell everybody's having the best fucking time. Right? They're having a blast. Cahill, Edgerton, or Radcliffe, I'm good. Tyler Jackman, who've had a great run. I think she means Cavill, Taron Egerton, or Daniel Radcliffe. Those are the 3. Those are the 3 that have gotten the most attention. Their drunk wife and her drunk bestie is the multiverse. Well, it's more like the drunkyverse. Fuck Jubilee, give me Storm. Yeah, no Jubilee movies coming. It's okay. I was thinking about that. I have the hat all prepared. Oh, wait, I don't need to prepare the hat. Jubilee, where his dad just fucking deal with it as fucking, I don't know what. What is going on in your house tonight? What is happening?
Hey, let's say this next.
I don't know.
In the phone.
You type this one. I can't type it.
If Keith Richards plays Wolverine's dad, there'll be Wolverine movies forever.
Can Keith Richards play Wolverine's dad? No.
He probably can.
Joe, are you drinking now too?
He'll outlive.
What is going on?
I told you we're a drinking game now.
Yeah, it's become a funny meme. I think they're getting rid of the multiverse. I think that's true. I think the most of the movie is, and it's what I talked about. I think it's a very Storm. What a queen goddess, a beautiful woman, is a mega mutant, better than Jubilee, and her damn overrated '90s children who only know the damn. Jesus, you better go downstairs, man. Make sure there's not a fight happening. I think
too much fun,
it was a loving ode to any Marvel movies that came before Robert Downey Jr. became Iron Man. Right? I think that's what it has going for it. The reason everybody's gravitated toward the 2 movies with the most heart this summer are Inside Out and Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's why they've both made over $500 million. I'm okay with anybody playing Wolverine's dad as long as nobody else is playing Wolverine. Somebody else is going to have to play Wolverine. It's okay.
Someone else playing James Bond. Someone else to play Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, Superman gets recast. Batman gets recast. You know what I mean? Like it is. Joe, come join the party. Oh, you only think you're going to work tomorrow. You're like, I don't know if you're getting sleep tonight. I think, it's a loving tribute. I think I don't know if we're going to get any other Deadpool Wolverine movies. I think we're probably more apt to get a Deadpool 3 than we are to get Deadpool Wolverine 2. Just because I think the stars would have to align and the script would have to be really great. And I just don't think it's going to happen. We were talking last night. Rich and I rewatched The Crow. I don't think Kyle can hear us cackling downstairs. You know what type of witch bitches we are. Fair. Some of the best comments in the history of the show happening tonight. So if you're missing Generation, or you're missing Loud and Nerdy tonight, you're missing it. It's gone off the rails. We watched The Crow last night. Disney owns that will reign for 90 years.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. I haven't.
You know what? I rewatched it for the show last night. Wow, was it good? Like, I think the biggest problem this is gonna have, this movie right here, the biggest problem this movie right here is gonna have is this. It's not gonna be Alien Romulus or Deadpool and Wolverine. The biggest problem in this movie with Stone,
Well, that's the biggest problem the rest of them had after that too, right?
Right. Well, and I think
they couldn't live up to it. They just.
It's not just that though. We were talking about it a little bit last night.
It had an aura. It hit at the right time.
The Crow reboot opens this week. I don't know how it's going to do. It's been getting ripped since the day it came out. Although people who have seen the comic book and read the comic book think it looks comic book accurate. Fine.
Well, I remember.
I think it bears.
Every one of us at that time, every one of us wanted to go see that movie when it came out. Everybody.
We all did. Like
it was a combination between the movie just hit the right tones for our time of life
and the melancholy. The music, but the melancholy too. The idea
everything hit at the right time.
Right. The idea that Brandon Lee was in this movie and that 3 weeks Crow will be screaming. You're probably correct. I'm not gonna lie, Ken. I think we were talking about it last night, but we'll talk about it again really quick. The biggest problem the movie has is there is some sort of. I was looking at Rotten Tomatoes, right? 250,000 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. The Crow is at 90% positive for 250,000 audience member reviews, over 250. It's at 90%. There is a love affair with that movie that is going on that I don't think any movie can overcome because of the melancholy. And then rewatching it last night, and you'll see this when you. Okay, I don't know if I can handle the whole Crow thing, guys, but seriously, I don't know if I'm ever going to see this movie because I don't know. I don't know. It's I don't know. Okay. Fair, but we're going to talk about it really quick. I think them. Okay, is this the remake or it's like this a sequel? Not okay. I don't know if I can deal with this. It's a reboot. It's a remake. He's Eric Draven. The other one doesn't exist. This is it. Masters of Skarsgård is in it, and he has done an amazing job of picking horrors, and I want to like it, but everything I saw of it is just kind of eh. That's part of it. I think the other problem, let me see if I can get it out before we get another comment. Yeah. I must feel like it's a dishonor to Brand's memory if it's a remake. Okay, that's part of it. That's
What's the other part? Just say.
I'm just going to say it. So I think one of the things with the 90%, I'm not even going to look at the screen. The 90% overall with 250,000 reactions, I think the problem is that for whatever reason, people are tied to the movie because of Brandon Lee. They're tied to the idea, the melancholy, the music, the vibe.
Yeah.
And then when you rewatch the movie, which we, Rich and I did yesterday, and we also had TJ Bowser on from Project Louder talking about it, he's really good in it. It is a star-making performance, and it is a movie that would have propelled him further, farther, faster. And when you get that coupled with, so you get a movie that everybody likes, it looks great, it looks different, it has a great soundtrack, has a guy in it that passed away that was taken from us too early, right? He was stolen from.
Well, it's almost like the movie came to real life, sort of.
Yes,
him,
and he was stolen from us too early. So the melancholy there is that tie is going to be hard for another reboot to overcome because.
Yep.
Because sequels are different.
It's also the soundtrack that came with that movie.
Also, Missy, they're not.
Of his dad's movies with Wu-Tang at the time.
Right. It was a bunch of things.
It was a perfect storm.
Missy, it is with regards to the sequels. They do not want to be called a sequel because the Crow sequels are fucking abysmal.
Yeah, they were bad.
They are terrible. I love it's based on comic now. Sequels did veer away from that duo tragedy on set against something that's been an example for a subculture like Crow has been. That's the problem. The problem is the remake, which is opening Friday, is going against this other movie. It's just it's going to have a tough time because that's the other problem, right? The Crow isn't being made for us. When the Crow came out in '94, what were we? 20? We're 20 years old, right? The Crow was for us at 20-year-old. There are no 20-year-olds who are going, I need a Crow movie now, right?
No.
And they're also, so that means movies directed at us. right? That movie it has to hit
20-year-olds now want a quiet place.
Hey y'all, hi Jamie Hill, hello.
They're trying
good
to
to
bring
see
us back to it.
Let's compare the Crow reboot and the recent Hellboy reboot that already came out. Once the new Crow comes out next week, curious about number of comparisons for a similar reboot. I think first off, I think the Hellboy. I'm gonna say this really quick. The Hellboy reboot with the guy from Stranger Things wasn't as bad as everybody thought it was. Now, the problem that movie failed, the reason that movie failed, was because it wasn't the Hellboy everybody wanted. Everybody wanted the Ron Perlman and the third movie with Guillermo del Toro directing. Because we remember we had this setup. We had Hellboy, and then we had Hellboy the Golden Army, and it was the setup, right? He grew his horns back, and then he cut his own horns off, and it was the setup. Welcome to the Raven and Missy show. We've taken over. Blame me. I wanted to talk about this on Generation Movie, and I missed it. Cool. I'm good. But yeah, I think that is an excellent choice. But I think the reboot you're going to want to discuss with this Crow reboot is the other new Hellboy movie that's coming out that looks fucking terrible. It looks fucking jagged awful. The guy playing Hellboy doesn't have any style. So we go from, Harbor from Stranger Things and Ron Perlman to a guy I don't even know he thinks he's playing. I couldn't get into the Hellboy remake too, but I don't think it's as bad as everybody thinks it was. I was 16, maybe 15 when that movie came out. You're talking about the original Crow?
Yeah.
So she's a little younger than us. I'm sure you snuck in to see it, Messy. Sure you snuck in to see it.
We didn't have to sneak in. It was the 90s. You fogged a mirror and they let you into a movie.
True.
I
think, and I don't even know if that's right because I don't which is 13 4 time, but I'm only thinking I have to give respect since you said that year. It's 94. 94 is the year it came out because it was the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, 94.
94. So yeah, I think the biggest thing over the new movie is I don't know that anybody's going to give it a chance. I'm going to go see it because I want to see it because I like Skarsgård. I think he makes good choices. And, formerly known as Twigs is also playing the girl, the love interest. And then the other thing about the Crow movie that we didn't talk about, dude, I was 11. Excellent. I was 20. We were all younger. The other thing I want to talk about really quick, Jerry, the cast in the original Crow is amazing. Michael Wincott, Bai Ling, the kid from Dreamscape, John Polito, it had a really good supporting, and Tony Todd, right? It had a fantastic
Sweeney Todd?
Candyman himself.
Not Sweeney Todd, Tony Todd, you
Tony
jackass.
Todd, Candyman.
Anthony?
I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
There's nothing like this, the crowd, like the
Anthony.
casting in this. You were 11. Okay,
Why weren't we 11?
I was 18 when I saw the original Crow in the theater twice. Awesome. That's amazing.
Twice.
I think we all saw it in the theater.
I think everyone in our generation probably did see it in a theater. It was just one of those movies. It did very well at the box office.
Yeah, because you didn't want to wait the 18 months for it to come out on video release.
Yes, a time when theaters had full and weighty ability.
Did you see it? Did you see it? No, it's only been 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I'll see it soon. I hope.
Months.
I'll have to go up to Arles. I'll have to go to Arles and rent it.
6 months between theaters and movies. 6 months, kids.
I'll have to walk
Stand
in
there all day
Arles.
Saturday, wait till the disc slides into the drop. Did it come back?
I'll walk into Arles with that whole book full of the movies that they have, and I'll say, my number's 819. I'll walk out with the little brown boxes with my movies in it.
I can't even put into word. Like, Arles was this little tiny video store that Jerry and I used to go to in Lake Ariel. And everybody was there. Everybody was there on any given week.
You recognize these type of boxes?
Yes.
If you went to Arles,
you
yes,
might be old.
Now this is a beta tape. This is the Warriors.
Yeah, this is a video cassette for anybody who doesn't know.
This is the Warriors beta tape, but this is the kind of case that Arles movies came.
Yeah, to guard their movies. I think
This
you know.
is the beta case.
I think
That's a beta
I think
case.
reboots
I
are
don't
really
know
tough,
what's
but I also
worse.
think reboots are really tough, but they're really really tough when there is such an attachment to the original movie. So I don't know. And again, I do everything reboot, remake, whatever. I have my grading scale. It goes from Dawn of the Dead good to
The thing, and then everything else.
the thing, and everything else. But
Basically,
most people don't even realize the thing is a remake. Jerry.
I do, Joe.
Jerry has a Beta Machine suite. Yes, he does.
I don't have a top loader anymore,
All
though.
right,
I have a top loader.
talk
But
about
it is a master.
Beta. It's a master beta.
Well,
Master
that
beta machine.
Bum. And now we're all drunk. Anyway, but like I said, I don't know how well the movie's going to do this week, but we'll see what happens. We'll definitely be talking about it next week. A good time, Jerry. What is coming from your basement this week, my friend?
Jeez.
It came from Jerry's basement. It's not a horror movie this week.
No, not this week.
What do you got, Jerry?
This week I have a comedy named
Hamburger
Hamburger
the
Motion
Motion
Picture.
Picture. Where can people find it on streaming?
This is actually on YouTube.
This is the movie right here, Hamburger the Motion Picture. It's very much okay. So it came out in 1986. It's a sex comedy, a teen sex comedy written by Mike Marvin and starring Lee McCloskey. Lee McCloskey, you would
Just
recognize.
one of the guys.
He's the boyfriend, the college boyfriend, and just one of the guys.
Yep.
So and basically it's about a guy who's really not good at anything. And he's basically been expelled from a bunch of schools, so for crude behavior and basically, all kinds of like sexual behavior that's going on. But in his grandfather's will, it's stipulated that he will not get any money unless he earns a college diploma. And so basically, he goes to a local place to get food. Buster Burger is the fake franchise in the movie. Who said it had a similar problem and that he earned the equivalent of a college diploma after finishing Buster Burger University.
Buster
So
Burger.
Russell agrees that he may be able to get his trust fund unfrozen, and so then it's a series of geeks versus other people. Dick Buckus is in it. Like it's a crazy movie. It's only 90 minutes. It's fun. It's crude. It's fun. It's a fun movie. And it's just one of those movies like from the 80s where you just
They basically put them in charge after they graduate, or part of their graduation is they put them in charge of a Buster Burger franchise, and it all goes to hell really quick.
yeah,
They inadvertently invent something, and the owner is like, "Woo, you guys all pass!" And this fits right along with, like, if you're gonna watch,
Hot Dog Motion Picture.
you're gonna watch Hot Dog, Hamburger, Revenge of the Nerds, Spring Break, Porky's. It fits all in there.
All in there. It fits is a generous way of saying it. But yeah, and the pictures are hilarious. So that's the poster. But just an idea of what you're dealing with.
Hard Bodies. I have that too, Joe.
Hard Bodies. Yes. There's Dick Buckus, who plays like the over the top instructor. You have this is I think that's Wendy Jo Sperber, who's cutting apart a calf, and just showing you where to get the right meat. I think there's Wendy Jo Sperber, is it? Hold on, may not be. Maybe wrong about that. I don't see her in the cast, although it does have a young Jon Lovitz in it. Sandy Hackett is, but yeah. So it's a crazy movie. This is what the university looks like. Buster Burger University.
Amazing.
Hamburger beds.
Amazing set.
A fun, cool movie. Hard Bodies.
There you go, Joe. CED disc.
That movie is great.
This is a CED disc.
That movie is filthy and amazing and wonderful all at the same time. Also, for anybody who's like an old, fat, chubby guy, it is a great movie with regards to perhaps you have a chance if you're wealthy. That's the answer in that movie. If you're insanely wealthy, perhaps you have a chance to find love, or at least a beautiful woman who will spend your money. With that, thank you, Jerry, on YouTube, Hamburger the Motion Picture. And now Kyle can. Missy, you're here. Hi. You just.
You didn't notice?
I didn't. I was talking. I did not notice until she's. Hi, Missy. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi. You have to. Kyle needs to control comments and stuff, so you still gotta do the work.
I didn't get training in the mouse.
Training in the mouse, on the mouse. Okay.
Dude, what's taking so long? Come
I
on.
don't know where it is.
He's looking for something very specific to share
Left
with you all.
click clicks on things. Right click opens it up a menu.
Don't.
There's no right click.
There's no right click, Boo.
There's no. He's lying to you.
Well, that's
Well,
usually
How do I share
how a
comments?
mouse works.
Let's highlight it.
Highlight it.
Highlight.
Oh.
Hard bodies works, Jerry. I've seen Hamburger. Excellent.
I got
And
this.
now, just ran into Randy's PCU VHS. PCU is a great movie too. Nice, Jerry.
Ooh.
I remember.
Nice,
PCU is a
Jerry.
great movie. I think PCU is very funny. Kyle's cross-dressing again, possibly.
Hi, Joe.
Holy shit, Kyle has tits.
Hey, look, there was that's like a Just One of the Guys reference. It fits, John.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So I wanted to highlight
Yes,
this one. I recently rewatched Splash from like way back when.
Yeah.
Jerry, do you have Splash in your basement?
I have Splash on VHS somewhere down here, yes.
Can we make that a thing one week? Because there's a lot of great things to highlight in that flick.
I'm gonna give you the main thing I think we should highlight in that flick, and that is
Yeah, I'll look, it's
John
down here
Candy
somewhere.
is amazing in that movie.
I have to
Absolutely.
John Candy is incredible. One of the best John Candy and Tom Hanks. They definitely should have made more movies together.
John Candy was great and everything.
But he steals
Which
every
one are you
season.
looking for?
Did my best friend say she doesn't know how to
Toby
click her mouse?
Maguire?
I very much know that she knows how to click her mouse. I know way too much about her and everything else. Okay, stop, please. Okay, we're going on. We're moving on.
This was
Twilight Zone Redux.
a good episode, Twilight Zone.
Oh my god. Anyway, amazing. Saw Splash. in
Kyle
theaters
might have something to share. Hold on.
from
No?
New York when I was a kid.
I do, but
She's talking Splash again. Save me.
Where'd you go? Okay.
Okay, Twilight Zone Redux, and Kyle's back. Are you gonna click off like you normally do for Twilight Zone Redux? No. Okay.
I'm sorry. Were you talking? I fell asleep.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
It's the jet lag. It's more than
God
just
damn.
computer lag.
Yeah, it's a lag of some sort. So this week's episode is an episode called "People Are Alike." Over, and I know I've seen this episode before, Jerry. Opening narration for this week's episode goes something like this. Hold on, give me 1 second. There it is. Opening narration. You're looking at a species of flimsy little two-legged animal with extremely small heads, whose name is Man. Warren Markison, age 35. Samuel A. Conrad, age 31. They're taking a highway into space. Man unshackling himself and sending his tiny groping fingers up into the unknown. Their destination is Mars, and in just a moment, we'll land them there with them. Okay, so the episode is about these two astronauts, and they're getting on a mission to Mars. Obviously, mission to Mars in this particular case, taking way longer. That the science back then was different than now. I love the look of it. It looks like a real NASA launch at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's Roddy McDowell. Of course, from many movies.
Fright Night.
Fright Night, Planet of the Apes. And he just plays this kind of like he's a guy who doesn't who's going to be an astronaut, but he's totally scared about it, and he's not actually been trained to be an astronaut. He's kind of just he's going along to do the science of the mission. They're going to Mars. They're looking for other people. They're looking for other things in the universe. Markuson is kind of this kind of a guy, an astronaut that has like religious beliefs, and he also believes that there's got to be life in the universe, right? There's got to be something out there, and hopefully they'll. That was much more attractive a few moments ago. There, I don't know what happened. Kyle was more attractive. That's JW should totally tell the guy who runs the comments he's not doing a good job. The girl that showed up was doing her job better. And here we saw these comments already. Okay, Kyle. Apparently, you've been fired by the drunk women in your house. You're out. Holy shit, Kyle has tits. Anyway. People are like all over. Basically, what it's basically this great episode. They crash land on Mars. Markuson has internal injuries. Conrad doesn't want to open the door. He's afraid of what's going to be outside. Finally, Markuson dies. Conrad decides to open. The door opens on its own, and there's all these people that are outside the door, and they look regular. They look human. They look normal. So this is
they talk normal.
They talk normal because they're processing at a greater rate than in their minds, and so
people are alike all over.
People are alike all over, and so it processes on. They basically say to him, "Come with us. We're going to take you to our society. You can see our society, and we have a place." They tell him, "Wait 24 hours, and we'll come get you." And there's a place for you that we have for you. And he gets to the place, and it's amazing. It's like this incredible house, and it's all these cool things. But in reality, he's been placed in a house, and all these people, all these Martians are watching him every day, and he's in a zoo, and it's Earth creature in his native habitat.
Yeah, he goes in the house. And
he's living it up. The house is great
until he tries to open the door, and then
the first time he notices anything, Jerry, and it's fantastic. He's getting water out of the sink for his scotch. Yeah. He has perfect scotch. He gets water out of the sink, and as he looks out a window, which is normally over every sink on Earth, right? There's a window, and he looks, there's no window, and then he tries to open the door, and the door opens. And then it's utter panic. The door he came in doesn't open. The door to the side doesn't open. He looks at the curtains. He pulls the curtains, rips them down off the wall. There's no windows. And when he gets to the one side, the light starts changing. And he's in the zoo. He's become the feature attraction at the Mars Zoo.
And the first thing I thought about when that happened is here's Roddy McDowell in this zoo, and he was Cornelius in Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
It's people and putting them in cages.
It's incredible. Can I ask you a question? There's also a sequence in the spaceship, Jerry, right? And there's like four things on a board, and they look like Pac-Man. They all they're the light combination, and they're all like in the impact, the inverted Pac-Man face. And I was like, holy shit, I bet, what if, just as a fluke, this guy saw that episode. But it's an incredible episode. It's one of the great, it's one of the great Twilight Zone endings. Earth creature in his natural habitat. He throws it on the floor at Tina, the girl he's kind of made eyes with. She runs away. And then he basically grips onto the bars, and Markuson, who's already passed away, says, Markuson, you were right. People are alike everywhere. The idea that we are trapped in our lives, the idea that, even somewhere horrible, even somewhere different, people are still being trapped in different things is amazing. And then the closing narration goes something like this. Species of animal brought back alive. Interesting similarity in physical characteristics to human beings in head, trunk, arms, legs, hands, feet. Very tiny underdeveloped brain. comes from a primitive planet named Earth, calls himself Samuel Conrad, and he will remain here in his cage with the running water and the electricity and the central heat as long as he lives. Samuel Conrad has found the Twilight Zone. This was one of the more famous sci-fi stories published in Fantastic Adventures in 1952. It's one of the great classic comic books, and it's so, you know, it's really cool. The Martian exteriors in the show are from the Forbidden Planet sets. The house that is Conrad's home is actually the house they used to film I Dream of Jeannie, right?
With the 50-foot peony.
Markuson is played by Paul Kami. He will guest star in a bunch of things, including Twilight Zone, Star Trek, other episodes, The Odyssey of Flight 33, and The Parallel in the 4th season. And it's one of those great episodes. It also has a Slaughterhouse 5 vibe to it, right? Animal, alien, caging human, provides commentary on the barbarity of practice of turning sentient beings into public spectacle, right? It deals with all of this. And, you know, it actually also has to do with one of the great Star Trek episodes called The Menagerie. I hate you so much. I hate you so much, Kyle. I hate you, Kyle. Next week's episode is called Execution. But the last 2 weeks are two of the better episodes you're ever going to get. Anyway.
Wise guy, eh?
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, wise guy. Oh, sweet. I can do it better. I actually can do it. But next week. Next week we have Execution.
Doesn't work. We got 3 curlies on the show.
Yeah, it's 3 curlies. Right, rough world. Okay, Kyle, Jerry, what do you guys got coming up aside from work and relaxing on your weekend? Maybe going to see The Crow or something. What do you got coming up, Jerry?
As far as the band goes, we're not playing until late September out in New Jersey. So hopefully we get some writing in. We've been doing some recording. Our singer just recorded some vocals to a tune, so hopefully that's up by Labor Day. So that'll be good.
Oh, that's cool. That's neat.
I reposted a video on TikTok. That's blowing up again. I don't understand it. I don't understand the algorithm.
What do you mean?
I had a video, the original video that I posted, the guitar video that like exploded. They took the sound away. It's kind of a weird TikTok thing because I uploaded the sound to TikTok Music. TikTok Music only allows you to use a minute, so it flagged my video for using my music for more than a minute. It's a weird thing. But I ended up downloading the video.
The next time you do one of these TikTok videos, can you please mention that you're on a podcast with your a billion things?
It's just starting to blow up again, this video. I don't understand the algorithm. I wish.
Okay, so
anyway,
it is a good time to end. Lots of good things going on. We're appreciative of everybody joining us. We're looking forward to all the things that are going on. You can find me, JW the Movie Guy, on Twitter, TikTok, Threads, Hi Ladies, Threads, IMDb, all these different places. Question for folks for next week: what's the worst movie you've ever seen? Can it include Troll 2 or John Travolta's Star Trek thing? We're talking about
Troll 2 was pretty bad too.
Are you talking about Battlefield Earth? Yeah, I think this is a good thing. Let's come up with the worst movie we want to talk about for next week. What's the worst movie you've ever seen? Mine might be a Rob Zombie movie.
Splash was horrible.
She hates Splash. I love Splash.
How can you hate Splash? Anyway,
I don't hate Splash. I just hate that she wants to talk about it.
Yeah, you can find me.
That was good though.
Wow,
I think it's an Indiana Jones movie. That's the worst thing.
Oh wow!
Why don't you shut up, Kyle? Nobody likes you.
Dude, that fucking new one that they did was horrible.
But I got power, bitch.
Yeah, but you can still go.
Come back.
That's
and then you can go.
I'm back.
Oh my!
Oh boy!
I'm on my spot.
I don't know why you're laughing, Jerry.
Quick thing. next week on Generation Movie, Jerry. Look what movie we're doing on Generation Movie next week. Top Secret, Jerry.
Top Secret. Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
The makers of Airplane, not the Wright brothers. I
Now
think that's a
want to
fantastic.
have a hamburger.
I haven't seen this.
You've never seen Top Secret?
Oh, Top
Right.
Secret's
No, but
good.
I've seen Airplane.
It's the movie. It is basically it's got Val Kilmer in it. It's about it. It's like a World War II flick, but it's a comedy, and it's basically the bridge between Airplane, Airplane 2, and Police Squad. Like it's the movie that's in between.
Is this
Thank you
'cause
for
got a
joining us.
cow fetish?
No, thank you
No?
for joining us tonight. Have a great night. We'll see everybody next week. Bye.